Okay, I'll call the meeting in order at 6:31. Eric, if you want to do the roll.
Sure. Chair Cash Parker.
Here.
Who's my vice chair?
Me.
One of those days.
Yes.
Vice Chair Matt Crabtree.
Yes, sir, I am present.
All right. Alex Dukeman.
Here.
Linda Ellswick. She is correct. Lauren Cooper.
Here.
Ken Chu.
Here.
And then for staff, Eric Sampson is here for community development, and Councilmember Wright is.
Okay. Thanks. Sorry, that is the agenda. The approval of the minutes from November 2024. Does anybody have any changes or discussion?
I move that we approve the minutes.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. I think the quorum's all here in the room, so all in favor say aye.
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 It's unanimous. Public forum, I don't see anyone in the room. I don't see anyone online. Is that right, Eric?
That is correct.
New business, review proof of concept plaque from Harmonic Media, and Eric, I believe it's not ready yet.
That is true. So by the time we got everything squared away and ordered, they said 7 to 10 working days. Today is the 10th working day. Unfortunately, I thought maybe we would come in under the wire and have it, but it'll probably come tomorrow because that's just how things roll. And so we will keep that on the agenda for January.
So if I may, with, in regards to the budget, and Ken, I think looks like you were gonna say something too. How do we proceed with this, knowing that we will lose, or our budget will reset as of a few weeks from now?
So that the proof of concept has been paid for.
Correct.
Yeah.
But there is still an allowance in the budget that hasn't been used that we would effectively lose on January 1st. Is that correct?
Yeah, I don't know if any of that gets held over or not. I will find out. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. So that being said, was that something that you were wanting to kind of utilize towards further, more plaques if we like the concept?
Well, we were hoping, and Ken, I know you brought this up in the last meeting, is the concern that if we don't move forward in a timely manner with ordering the plaques, then we lose that current allocation that we have in the budget. So my concern, obviously, well, in an ideal world, we would have had the plaque here tonight to validate it and make sure to, obviously if there was a problem with the manufacturing, that we could resolve it in between now and the end of the year. We don't have that opportunity. So I guess, Chair Parker, I don't know if this isn't really a motion, but I don't want to speak out of turn here and ask for a kind of round robin here is how do we proceed, but I'm open to ideas.
Well, I mean, how much do we, well, two things. One, how much do we trust a picture of the thing versus seeing it in person? I would defer to others like you, Matt, who are more experienced with such things. Two, if we trust a picture of it, can we vote over email to order it, to order however many, 10 or whatever the number was we discussed?
I think so. I don't think that would be an issue.
Yeah. I mean, there's zero chance we're gonna we would be able to reconvene a meeting between
Before
now
the
and the end of the year.
And oh my God, that would be horrible. I mean, it's
I'm just being realistic.
Yeah.
So trying to think of how to do it. I mean, what do you think about that? If there's pictures of it and we can handle it electronically?
I can certainly come by also and look at it myself.
Okay.
My plan tonight was to measure it and see if it was, I know it's gonna be thinner, which is actually kind of a good thing. But the other dimensions should have been just about the same. So I'd be willing to come back, and if you just shoot me an email when it arrives, and I can measure it.
Yeah.
And at that point, maybe you could send out an email to the entire commission.
Absolutely.
And it is okay to vote by.
I'll confirm.
I think I'm pretty sure we've done that in the past. I'm pretty sure. I mean, is everyone comfortable with that approach, just since there's no way we're gonna be able to have a meeting again before the end of the year?
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds like everyone is in consensus about that. Thank you, Matt, for being willing to do that.
Yeah, no problem at all, no problem.
And so, yeah, if that's, since we have kind of a consensus now, if, like I said, hopefully we get it tomorrow or Friday. And then if Matt, you want to check it out, I think maybe just staff can take the initiative to order 10 of those, since we've talked about this. I don't think it would need a separate motion.
Oh, that's a good point.
Maybe you should make a motion to allow me to give me the power.
I mean, for a matter of transparency for all involved to the commission, it'd be nice to have a picture that's distributed of what the plaque looks like and allow maybe somebody to say, oh my God, this is terrible. I don't like purple. I would much rather have it bronze.
Yeah, I don't think we can approve anything. I don't think there's a motion to be had. I think it's premature because we need to see it, or Matt needs to see it, and then there needs to be a picture circulated. And I think Matt would provide to you, Eric, his recommendation of yes or no that you could circulate to the commission, because everything's supposed to run through you versus him emailing all of us,
Yes,
right?
yep.
And and then people can vote however they want to vote, and after that, and that would be voting on a motion to approve an order of, it's 10, right? Is what I remember from the last time. Yeah.
And I would also kind of amend to that and see, just out of curiosity, if the budget rolls over, or if, because I don't believe it does.
I believe we discussed that, and I'm pretty sure that Brian said that the answer was no.
Use it or lose it.
Yeah.
And it'd be nice to go into the next year with a nice clean slate.
Yeah.
That way, if some people apply and we use them, we have money for more of the next year.
Yeah, exactly.
Thinking optimistically.
Yeah, I hope that 10 people come forward. 20.
Right.
How about 20?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I agree. Does anyone else, is that approach okay with everybody?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. I think, thank you again, Matt, for being willing to do that.
No problem.
So
No problem.
that's,
Spent a
yeah.
lot of time here anyway. So.
It's like I said, I don't know how else to do that realistically before the end of the year. So, Eric, does that make sense? That give you enough guidance?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And then, yeah, if we end up approving it, if Matt says recommends it and people accept that recommendation, I mean, you'll have in writing on email an approved motion to spend the money.
All right, that sounds good.
Cool.
Okay. The Old Hampden Complete Streets Section 106 review.
Yes.
So I did receive comments back from Melinda with no comment, from you, Cash, with no comment, and I think you had no comment as well. And so basically what I have is a draft letter right here with HPC logo, City of Inglewood, and it's basically a really brief, unless anybody else has any comments about the Section 106. Just basically saying that HPC has reviewed the Old Hampden Complete Streets project and agreed with the findings of the National Registry eligibility that the work of minor will not adversely impact any potential historic features. And then HPC does not have any other comments regarding this project.
Sure.
Just one minor point of correction.
Sure.
National Register instead of Registry.
Oh, register, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, are there any other comments or?
From what I understand from it, and Lauren, if you confirm what my beliefs are with it, is that there's not going to be any eminent domain. There's not going to be anything. There's nothing hidden in this that would take, because there are very few historic properties that remain on that corridor.
Yeah, and it's all been pretty
flat.
developed.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
blown out, yeah.
There were properties at one point. The only one that comes to mind that is probably of historic significance on that avenue is what's that brick building there? I'm trying to think of what cross street it is, but it used to be an ice cream shop a long time ago. It's probably the only building that's actually there. That's do you know what I'm talking about here? It's directly across from Swedish Main Building.
I don't know.
That's the only building that I can see that has any real historic significance, but I don't know if that was even included in the report. So maybe that's.
I don't remember. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, my understanding of it and reading it through, it's nothing basically.
Yeah, the work itself was pretty minor. The one thought I did have on it, it's nothing against the project or anything, but it ties into CLG, and if we do our, you know, granted CLG status, then like those kinds of properties surveys could add into our requirements for the annual survey and things like that, because we have those now. So that's kind of one, you know, unforeseen benefit of it, if you will, so.
Are there any other discussion points or questions about that letter that Eric drafted? We probably need a motion to approve that letter.
I would
for you to
prefer,
send it out. Yeah,
just like a motion to approve me sending this to CDOT.
yeah, so I'll entertain that motion if someone would like to make it.
Motion to approve the letter.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. That's unanimous, as I heard it, Eric, for you to send that letter. Thanks for putting that together. That is all.
Who was my first and second on that?
First,
Second.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. There's no old business, staff's choice.
So we are tentatively on for the CLG study session. I believe it is the second or third week in February. It's tentative right now. I'll know more at our next meeting. And that will also give us a chance to kind of look over everything again before we have our study session. Because I think it was gonna fall before our February. Again, it's tentative at the moment. I haven't gotten complete confirmation, but I think it was gonna be the 10th, which is a holiday, I think, so it might be the 11th.
Okay. So that, I mean, there's gonna be, we'll have another meeting in January before that. And that's, so that'll be, will that be back on the agenda to finalize? I know we discussed it last time. Okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
And I should have I think I got everything I needed from Lindsay for the stuff that we wanted to include in the packet to council, which included like the annual, an example of an annual report and those items. So we can go over all that and then just gotta make sure the PowerPoint's how we want it and then figure out who's gonna present what and go from there.
And what day is it? It's later in February? Or?
It is, I think right now it's either the 10th or the 11th. I think the 10th is President's Day.
Okay.
So I think we might get pushed to the 11th.
17th is President's Day.
Oh, okay. Maybe we will be on the 10th. It's either gonna be. I think it would be because they do normal council the first and third and study sessions second and fourth, I believe. So I think we're looking right at the 10th.
Okay. So we would have one meeting in between that.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's, I mean, we were pretty far along after the last meeting with that.
Yeah.
That you put together, so I don't think it's gonna be a lot more to get that finalized, hopefully.
Yeah, I think it should just be doing a kind of a final review of everything and making sure we're happy with what we do. So, but that was all I had for staff's choice.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner's choice, I don't have anything. That was my question, was about the status of the CLG deal, the study session with city council. So thanks for that update. Matt, do you have anything?
Sure. The only thing, the museum's doing great. We had about, for the holiday market, we had about 300 people come through the museum on that weekend, which was huge for us. We've got a bunch of new retail for our gift shop there. So if you're looking for any last minute Englewood gifts, we have a bunch of coffee cups, tote bags, t-shirts. If you want to get a Cinderella City t-shirt, we have them there. We'll be open one more weekend this year before we kind of close down for the holidays. And that'll be the Saturday. So Saturday the 21st, we open at 10 a.m. and we close at 2 p.m. And if you'd like to stop by and check out the museum or get any last minute gifts at the gift shop there, yeah, we'd love to have you.
Great, thank you. Moving to my right, Alex.
I don't have anything.
Lauren.
I just have a question. Last meeting, wasn't there discussion about holding meetings virtually and needing to vote on that? Am I misremembering? Or was that back in October and?
I think,
I mean, we had some discussion about it,
Yeah.
like sometime in the fall, and it was, I don't remember what the outcome of that discussion was.
I thought it was like we should try to be here in person unless there's like adverse weather or somebody is
Yes.
having like
Okay.
difficulty getting here.
Because that's the city council
That-
policy, and
yeah.
we've kept the hybrid option for when people need it, because that's been
Yeah. Like,
That's been the consensus on this commission, is to keep the hybrid option open for when people need it, and so we've done that.
And for obvious reasons, Melinda needs to.
Yep.
She's unable to.
And other people, I think, have work travel and things of that nature that sometimes require them to be virtual. So, yeah, that's how we've been doing it. But yeah, I think that was, now that you say it, the end result of that discussion is that we'll try to be here if we can.
Yep.
Okay, great. I was just curious about that, so thank you for clarifying. All I have.
Ken?
Nothing.
Right. Well, that brings us to the end of the agenda then, a short one tonight. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Right, is there a second?
Second?
Moved by Matt and seconded by Ken, adjourned at 6:48.
Wow.
That was a record.
Speed record.
Thank you, everybody, for all of
Yeah.
your work this year.
Yeah, oh, thank you.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Yeah, happy holidays.
Yeah, hope everybody has a good holiday season.
Yes, yeah. Have everybody have a good Christmas, New Year's. We'll see you in January. I will let everyone know about the plaque as soon as I get it. I'll send out pictures. Matt, you can come measure it. And
Sounds good.
hopefully we'll get this figured out by the end of the year.
That's
Cool, that's great.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Did you close?
Thanks, everybody.
Good night,
I
everyone.
can't really open it because I thought I forgot to stop to record.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's nice of them to keep it going. I don't know if I trust WebEx to do that.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that was quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you made it down to Outlaw yet? Any of you guys, Outlaw Barbecue?
No, I want to though.
Oh, it's shockingly good.
Really? Good barbecue's hard to find in Denver. There's not much
Yes.
of it here.
Yeah. I mean, before Eagle, we had these Simone's. There was a place down closer to I-25 down there in the industrial area. I can't remember the name of that place, but that was decent. But Outlaw